Hi everyone, Stefania here. Thank you for joining my part of the mini series, which will go over setting up your Testlio account with us. I've imagined this video in a way that you can follow along if you need to. You can skip certain parts if you've already finished setting up parts of your account. But by and large, this part of the training should help make sure that you're fully set up so that you can start testing with us the Uber app and getting paid, of course. To start with, if you've logged on and haven't done much of your quick start guide, then you might be sent to your task list, which is perfectly fine. You can go back to the quick start guide by either continuing the setup here or clicking on the Testlio icon on the side here. The first two steps, pretty self-explanatory. You have a short video to watch that goes over what Testlio does and what you can expect from using our website. So I highly recommend that you go through that if you haven't already. And then the next part is where you can explore work opportunities. We have many other projects at Testlio. I recommend going through them when you have a bit of free time. Once we have finished setting up your um, profile for testing Uber. But definitely feel free to visit this area at any point. So I'll stop this now, and then in the next video, we'll go over the next couple of steps. I'll see you in just a few moments. Hello and welcome back to the mini series. So let's get ready to receive work opportunities. The first step, pretty self-explanatory, is to complete your profile. Of course, mine is already complete, but you can go over all of your details, save and continue after you put in your name, once you put in your birthday as well. Um, then you'll be prompted to add languages. The first language that you will add will always be your native language, so please make sure to add that. If you have more than one native language, like myself, you will be able to select native in the drop-down level as well. But definitely feel free to add any other languages that you consider yourself either advanced, intermediate, or beginner in as well. This is your location section. So here we would ask you to please input your street level address first. For example, this is how I would look up my street, which will then populate this drop down list with a couple of options in terms of cities. And here I will make sure to select the correct one. If, of course, I don't see the correct one, then I would just continue adding my address details until the correct location shows up. So when you get to this stage, do try to look up your street level first instead of going for your city level instead. So I will select this one, save and continue. And now we've made it to the availability schedule stage. So once you click this button, you'll be taken to your availability schedule. Our recommendation is, because we will be testing the Uber app, try to select days and times that you typically will go out driving for Uber. So for example, if you typically go out driving for Uber Monday, let's say between 9 a.m. and I don't know, 1 p.m., then I would add this hour, but maybe I will also take a lunch break. So I will select, let's say 3 p.m. And then 5:30 p.m. So now I've added these hours to my availability. You can see them here. And of course, do this for any other day of the week when you would be available to test for us. What this means is that you will simply receive invitations to test during the times that you have selected. But if you know about any upcoming vacations, you can definitely add your dates here. And what this means is that we will simply not send you any work requests during the times that you have selected. Going back to the quick start guide, now I'm ready to select my payout method. And so when I click this button, I'll be taken to a page where I can see payouts and the option to change payout details. So here I would select whichever option is most convenient for me. Once I, let's say, select PayPal, then all I have to do is add my PayPal email so that, Testlio will know which email or rather account to wire money to after I complete a testing task. Okay, and jumping to the quick start guide yet again, we have the step how learn how our platform works, and here you'll be presented with our Testlio platform course. So this course will give you some insights about Testlio and what you can expect from us, and how you can work for Testlio, how freelancing works on our platform. So I recommend that you go through it. And okay, we're almost at the finish line. So now we've reached your build your career path with Testlio. And here, because we are working on the Uber project, the only part that we have to focus on is the become a manual tester part. Here, you can read a little bit about becoming a manual tester at Testlio, so you understand a bit about how our process works and how we do what we do. And then the next important part of this process is adding your devices. As you can see, I didn't go through the next steps because these are a bit more advanced and specifically tailored towards more advanced software testers. You can, of course, go through these steps in your own time, but for the Uber project, all you'll need to do is add the device and follow Casey's instructions in the next videos in order to proceed. So let's talk about adding devices now. You'll be taken to this very interesting page on our website. There we go, where you can see that we are able to add different types of devices. Why? Because we will be working on these devices and we have to know, what devices you have so that we can assign relevant work. We would only ask you at the time to add the device that you typically use for, when you drive with Uber. So that would be a mobile phone, most probably. And it's very simple to add one. You would simply type in your device name. So let's say I'm adding a new iPhone here, and I would be able to type in the name and finally have this drop down menu show up where I can select my device, and then I have to put in my iOS version. And you can do this by going to your phone's settings and looking up details about your phone where you'll find your iOS version listed. You can then pick it from the list. And there you have it. Now I've added the iPhone 12 Pro to my device list. Now, if you run into a situation where you cannot find a device listed in the drop-down selector, then no worries, you can simply click on adding missing device and make sure to add the details about the device that you're trying to add. So let's put in Apple because I want to put in a new iPhone. The category remains unchanged. The model, let's go with iPhone. I don't know. Let's see. Let's go with iPhone 13 for this one. And you'll see that suddenly some of the dates have been updated. So you don't necessarily have to go look up the release dates for all of the models, but it is a good idea to quickly Google it in case this field is not auto-populated for you once you add the model number. And of course, after that, we have to put in the iOS version that the iPhone is working on. So let's, just for the sake of this video, I will pick 10, and I will notice, of course, that the OS release date will be auto-populated for me. In case we don't have this information, then again, you would be asked to quickly Google this, and by and large, you should be able to find this information online to simply add it in. Then I will click submit, and you'll see that my device is currently in a pending stage. So what this means is that someone from the team will quickly go in to verify that all the information I've put in is correct. And that's pretty much it. Now you've finished your profile at Testlio and you should be ready to test the Uber app with us. I'll hand it back over to Casey, who will happily go over the next steps with you. And I'll see you guys in a little bit. Bye.